Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday with me, Bardon, where we sail the Sunless Sea, along with Captain Sakura, or Lady Sakura, should I say. Now, it's been a very long time since I played this game, and I loaded up going, oh my god, our hull is at 1 and we've only got 4 supplies and we've got 13 fuel, but things aren't looking too good, so what are we supposed to do? So we're here in the Chalonnet and we got tails for the bone, so let me try this and see what it does. Someone is crying unusual, whereas follow the sound. Bring him a tail, see what wonders he can work. Pay the chronicler to inscribe a Z story onto a hunting trophy and you receive an outlandish artifact. So we need 1 supply, we need a Z story, we need that, and so we don't have a hunting trophy. But let's have a look at the map. So we're all the way over there. So found the Chalonnet. We need to get home. So if we go here, we can get some food there, and then we can make our way home on our 1 hull. So let's go try and do that. So we have to be very careful not to get killed. And if we get killed, I'm probably going to reload back there because right now, I have to say, I like the progress that we've made with Sakura, and I really don't want to lose it. Yeah, normally coming back to Sunless Sea is very relaxing for me. I've mentioned it on a lot. A few times before. Oh god. Get away from that thing. Leave me alone. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no. Okay, so as I said, yeah, gonna reload. Okay. So let's go back to load game, auto save. Okay. Yes, so we need to avoid that thing up there. Okay, so let's just leave him where he is. And let's head out. So we now know that we need to go to the east to try to avoid that thing up there. So see you, Shabbleport. It was nice knowing you and all. I hope we got a port report from there. Eater of names. Don't eat us, please. You don't want to eat our name. You definitely don't want to eat our name. I'm telling you now. Please don't eat our name. Oh, come on, we can make it. Get between these. Okay, and then it just teleports us to London magically. Or not. Okay, we did avoid him, it looks like. Now, that thing's over there. So we can at least continue making our way up this way. So this is a very scary part of the Untersea. Okay, a sailor runs the rail, stripping off his clothes. As he goes, beaming rapturously home, he cries, it'll cost fuel and time. Sorry, we gotta let him go because it's not just gonna, like, the time is also gonna cost us in terms of our supplies, and we just can't afford it. Sorry about it, buddy, but yeah, we can't afford to save your ass. So right now, all I want to do is get enough supplies to get home. And if we do that, I'll be very, very happy. I think as well, something in the back of my mind says that they're down at the chalet that maybe I found that after the end of the last episode. I can't remember. I'm not sure whether like we ended the last episode there or whether I might have played on a little, like, you know, a minute or two and found it. And anybody watching this who watches this series regularly is probably saying, why don't you know, like, it was just in the last episode, it should be easy. But when it's been a long time since you've played, makes a big difference, especially seeing as since the last time I played this, just to give you a bit of kind of perspective, I've started my Medieval 2 Total War series, which has almost certainly finished by the time you're watching this. I started my Divinity 2 Original Sin playthrough as well, which again may or may not have finished since you know, by the time you watch this. I also started and will have definitely finished my Ken Follis the Pillar of the Earth playthrough, and then other than that, like doing regular updates for different series as well. Like so I've done a lot of gaming, is what I'm saying, since the last time I played this. So that does at times make it hard to remember exactly what we did last time. Now, East of all, let's gather some supplies, please. Let's get our port first. Okay, and let's gather our supplies. So we get 8 supplies. We did lose 1 crew though, so that was a bit unlucky on that score. But now we have enough supplies and enough fuel to get home. So what we're going to do is strike out directly for home. We've got 1 hull, so we can't be mucking about with anything else. We get home, we get ourselves prepared. We'll then use some of the money that we have to then maybe make it a little more difficult for us to perish on our next voyage, or we just keep saving that money in order to get ourselves a better ship. That's the whole aim at the moment, is to just get that next level of ship. So right now, it just makes sense to go straight. Actually, it makes more sense to dip down this way. Right, let's just check. London. Yeah, London's up there, so it's definitely going to make more sense to cut between, to either go there or go up there. So let's actually correct that. I think I did that by mistake. Yeah, scared myself there. Thought, oh no, there's an enemy, because once there's an enemy, we're probably going to be dead. So we're going to cut up here by the Fatting Queen's Hold. And I'm just basically trying to get the most direct, while at the same time safest way home. Okay, so we're going to uncover some new parts of the map here. We're not going to find any new ports though. There may be something under the water, but I don't think we'll find a new port. The Promised Sea, all through this place, the song of the Drownies lies shivering sweet along the wind. Nice. Okay, yeah, so we can cover that bit. And we'll make our way here. Okay, discovered Eliphas Rift. Okay. Hello, Eliphas Rift. Yeah, so I want to avoid the Khanate as much as possible because they've definitely got stuff that will kick our ass. Available if our ship hull is at 50% or better. Not even close. Okay, a tiny bit more north, and then we'll probably strike directly west. Just in case we're trying to be that little bit north of the Khanate so that we don't accidentally run into something we don't want to there. So let's start turning now. Is it a good idea to see? Okay, so we're at the point now where we're basically, our terror is not good. Okay. But you know, getting to home waters is probably going to be the main thing for us, and it's also going to kind of hinge on how often we get that thing where one of our sailors jumps over the side. Because we lose all of our crew, then we're dead anyway. And we can't increase our speed, which obviously is hampering us. An electric shiver to the air. Storm is watching, the sailors would say. Well, nice for you sailors and all that, but we just want to get home. Please just let us get home. It's just so agonizing. Okay, well, while we're just sailing along here, let's just have a chat about a few things. So presently with me in terms of uh-oh, that's not good. Something is about, something very bad is about. They're gonna hit me. They can't miss. There's no way they can miss. There's absolutely no way they're gonna miss me. Okay, they missed that one. That doesn't mean much though. They're not going to miss the second one, even though they're in fog. Yeah. So, unfortunately, it's a reload. Okay. Okay, so load the game. Our autosave. Okay, and load. So the autosave should at least be back at the last port that we pulled in at. Okay, so at this stage, you know, I might have cut some attempts. I might have did a bit of editing and cut some of the attempts here, but we'll see. If I get home on this run, then well, if I tell you that if I get home this run, I won't do any cuts, then you probably know whether I get home on this run or not. But I may or may not, but what about it? I have to say, for a very long time for me in gaming, this year 2017 has been a real highlight, and you know, there's been so many games this year that I've played that I've really enjoyed, and you know, I think part of it is because I'm doing YouTube, because previously, let's say in the last few years, what I would have done was I would have watched the people that I watch on YouTube, and then gotten some of the games they played because they look fun, but not necessarily played all of the games. Whereas now that I'm making my own videos, it means that you know, I have to select videos, or I have to select games where I think that I'm going to enjoy and people are going to enjoy watching, which means that I've been a bit more discerning on my choices of games. Some of them have come from watching you know, people that I enjoy watching. So the likes of Da Vinci Resident 2 was definitely inspired by the playthrough that Game Night and Talric Rekif did in the beta of that. And I'm so happy as well that I got the game, because it's kind of a, like, when I grew up in terms of gaming, like some of the first games that I played were well, not some of the first, but some of the first kind of on PC. Because before PC, like, I had things like, you know, Commodore 64 and different Ataris and an Amiga, and you know, all those kind of pre kind of what you call, you know, standard PC, if you like, era that came later. But on some of those machines and on PC, I played like games like the original Fallouts, so Fallout 1 and 2 and Fallout Tactics, and then I also played what's it called? Oh, it's gone out of my head, but like another kind of RPG, kind of fantasy RPG. It was in the Baldur's Gate series, so like played some of those as well. And I didn't play Planescape back then, but if I had known about it, I definitely would have. So here we're just pulling in basically only to get an autosave that we've gotten this far, and then we're just going to take off again. But for me, that era, those games were kind of a like a golden era for me in terms of RPGs. And it's, you know, we've had a lot of good RPGs since, but they haven't been the same style. So like the later kind of Fallout 3, those games, he's coming back, isn't he? Yeah, it's not going to give up. Just leave us alone. Now he might miss. He might be lucky and he might miss. No, he didn't. Okay. But now we know that we just need to go south further when we leave the port. But yeah, like the Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, they're all good games. And then the likes of, say, the Elder Scrolls series as well, the later games, Oblivion and Skyrim. They've been good games, but they haven't had that feel of the classic RPG that I was used to when I grew up. So the whole thing about not feeling like there was a main character, more feeling like that you have a party of characters, and those characters, like that party, was what got you through things, rather than like if you look at, say, Skyrim as an example, or even Fallout, like Fallout 4, like you've got your character and then you have like companions. You know, it's not a party, it's not kind of equal. It's basically your character is like #1 by a long way, and then you have your companions who you can swap in and out and that kind of thing. But normally you're only going to have one or two of those, rather than like having a full party. But then Divinity Original Sin 2 came along, and oh, please don't turn around, buddy. Please just keep going the way you're going. Please, please, please. Look, we've almost made it. Oh, come on, please leave us alone. Leave us alone. Oh, of course you won't. And he's not gonna miss us. He's just gonna shoot us, and then we're dead. Yep, there we go. And now reload. Okay. And look, we took 7 damage and lost 4 crew. I don't know whether we lost the 4 crew because the ship sunk, or what the story was, but we definitely lost all of our crew. Right, so let's try this again. Let's go. We're almost home. Well, not almost, but we've gotten from there to there, which has been pretty good. And it's really like if we get to around this area, I think we're gonna make it home. It's just a case of actually getting there. But I know we can do it. I know we can. Yeah, but we were talking about Divinity Original Sin 2, so that game has that feel of kind of the classic RPGs, like the ones where you know, the likes of Planescape that are playing now. It's kind of it's up at that level, you know. And bye bye to you. It's up that level, and it feels like it's been a very long time since any kind of RPG not only reached that level, but wanted to reach that level. You know, a lot of RPGs kind of wanted to go in different directions, and I think part of that as well is because a lot of the kind of, you say, like good RPG storylines, or like good RPG kind of, say, mechanics or whatever, kind of have been happening in MMOs. So like a lot of, you know, the Final Fantasies and the WoWs and those kind of things, the online versions, like, you know, that's where a lot of good story has been. But it's, you know, although I played Final Fantasy 11 for 10 years, and I played Final Fantasy 14, the original, that it was absolutely terrible, and then the Realm Reborn after that. Although I played all of those, and I enjoyed a lot of the storylines, especially like if you look at, say, let's see that. Okay, we lost one terror, we lost one fuel, we lost one bow. That's not good, because that means we have to reload. Okay, load. There, go. Okay, so off we go. We need to avoid all those random events. I was talking about Final Fantasy. So yeah, I played Final Fantasy 11 for about 10 years, maybe a bit more. Final Fantasy 14, the original, and the Realm Reborn. Between those, maybe a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years, I think. But that was kind of on and off, because that game, I was at that game I really played because my friends were playing it. There were things that I enjoyed, but I have to say, the kind of the encounters, so like the you know, a lot of the encounters in the storyline, they felt more. I played World of Warcraft for maybe a year at the same time while I was playing Final Fantasy 11 just to try it out, and the fights there felt more like WoW than they did Final Fantasy. Like with this whole thing of a lot of the fights weren't really about weren't as complicated, say, as Final Fantasy 11 in terms of you managing your abilities. Where a lot of the complication came from was you knowing the patterns to move to avoid certain things that the enemy was going to do, which is very similar to the way WoW does encounters as well. A lot of it is learn the pattern of the enemy, and then know where to stand and when to move and those kind of things. Whereas I wasn't used to that. I was used to the Final Fantasy type thing where a lot of that is that managing your abilities, and especially as a white mage, which was my main in Final Fantasy 11, you have to manage your abilities in terms of making sure that you keep everyone else alive. Make sure they don't have status elements on them that were going to kill them. And so I enjoyed that type of thing from Final Fantasy 11. But then when I went to 14, I enjoyed kind of doing things with my friends. It was nice. But at the same time, the actual gameplay I didn't like as much. I did like the fact that it was more solo friendly, and again it was similar to WoW in that respect, that going around and leveling solo was an option, whereas in Final Fantasy 11, until kind of the later time of Final Fantasy 11, leveling up solo wasn't really an option. You could do it, it would just be a lot slower, and then because that game is predicated on the idea that you make a party of 6, and that's the fastest way for you to level up. Obviously then when what was the name of that one? I think it's been too many years to remember the names of particular events, but there was an event where that changed all of that, and it came out shortly after the level cap increase, I think, but either shortly after or shortly before. But anyone who's played it will know by my description, where you went to like a maw and you went through to new zones, and in there then you could kill a lot of mobs because you had chests to let you kind of refresh your special abilities that normally you could only use every couple of hours, and stuff like that really did help. Oh no, so got mutiny. Attempt to win them round. Okay. So I'm going, because we're taking so bloody long. I can't manual save. Great. I was gonna say yeah, I'm gonna save, but I can't do it because I got a thing on where I'm not allowed to. So let's attempt to win now. Okay, and then we got to load again. Okay. Oh, come on, we have to make it home at some stage. Right, so set off. Let's wait for him to go away. Okay. Oh, and then look, as soon as we decide he's gone, he comes back. Oh, leave us alone, buddy. We've had enough crap for one day. Right, so start again. Okay, off we go. Okay, so he's that way. We have to remember that. And keep away from him. And yeah, I only remember it after the fact. He missed. Good. They don't generally miss the second time though. Just to get a good beat on you and they get closer. Yeah. Right, so this time we're going to make it home. I don't care what those guys think they're going to do. We are going to make it home. Yeah, that should have been enough. Oh, hopefully enough. Oh, look, that asshole's coming in. Nah, you go away. Okay, we lose one crew, and then he shoots us. And we're there. Yeah. Okay, load the game. Okay, so first of all, we wait until that thing goes away. So give it a bit of time. Okay, that should be long enough for that thing to decide that it's going somewhere else. How do I get myself into such situations? It's terrible. This is gonna end up being like a double episode at this stage. Like we're basically at like double the length of time of a normal episode. But at least we've got time to have a bit of a chat, even if it's, you know, kind of a broken conversation because of all the times attempting. Okay, now we need to break up that way because there is a guy behind the logbook. And hiding behind the logbook isn't really cool, I have to say. Oh, right, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can take one of our crew. Look at this git. There's no way he's not going to spot us. And then once that thing spots you, you're dead because it can go faster than you, and it just hits you. Yeah. Oh God. Come on, just get us home. Okay, so we're gonna get home this time. I don't care. I've said it. I've said it a few times, but we need to get home. It's just the end of it. If that gate wasn't right up there, we could cut up straight north and then avoid more Cane. Of course, there is a guy up there. Oh yes, you can take one of the crew, of course. Yeah, thank you. Why not? You know, it's not like we're suffering at all. Like, you know, you just have to make things worse for us. And yeah, now we've attracted something. I don't know what side it's on. Oh, it's that guy again. Okay, so we light this up. We try to turn away from his shot, and then look, we run right into that other guy in front of us. And now we're turning ourselves broadside. Oh god, there's loads of them. Are we ever gonna get home? Why are you punishing us, game? We've been so loyal to you. Just let us have a small victory. Can you not do that? Okay, now I'm gonna try something different. We're gonna go up this way and let him come down that way, and we're gonna try to avoid all of those assholes. Oh, but then the game decides, hey, yeah, you want to go that way? Well, guess what? That ship was actually over there all the time. Even though every other time that you've seen it, it was further to the west. Okay, well, if that's the way you're playing, we'll play nasty too, I guess. Right, so there's that guy. Now he's gone up there, so normally he turns and then goes straight down, but then that apparently is giving him a chance to get to us. And the fact that we can't, you know, we've no way of actually running, we're just too slow. Because if we could run, we could get around that island and then we'd be okay, but instead he can just close the gap. How quickly he can close that gap, and then we're screwed because he's not going to miss us. Yep, and then that thing takes one of our crew. Okay, and the island is the only thing saving our ass at the moment. I think that guy lost us. Great. But especially this whole area we got to get by before we can pull into a port. Oh, look, and he's back. Great. So again, the fact that we go so slow means, you know, we never truly lost him. And now he's gonna shoot us, or maybe not. But he's eventually gonna shoot us, but it's a case of when he shoots us. There we go, there it is. Okay, so let's try that strategy again, because at least it got us a bit away. Actually, let's try this strategy. Let's go all the way down here and around. And watch us find that moray that we avoided getting here. Okay, so this, I have to say at this stage, there's probably been a lot of this has been cut because we've just been killed so many times trying to get home. Like, life was much better when I didn't have much to lose and I was happy. Or not happy is the wrong word, but I was okay with losing captains. Yeah, look, there's the moray. So now we've got to pull in this way because otherwise the moray is going to see us. I think it's going to see us anyway now. But we basically gave that pirate ship long enough for it to go away. Yeah, let's just let him go. So the clever thing now would be to head back to the port. And that way then it would save the state. But I don't want to do that because we've lost a crew. And if we set out from there with 3 crew, the likelihood of getting home is a lot less. So the likelihood of getting home right now is less. Look, the moray won't go away. Okay, so now we have to strike this way. Yeah, let's go basically on that angle and just hope that nothing decides to mess with us. Yeah, so as I was saying, because the episode has been cut up, it's probably going to be like, you know, I talked about a lot in this episode because it's been going on for a lot, for a long time. So you're going to hear kind of snippets of things that I said, which may not make, you know, will be kind of a little bit disjointed, simply because, oh, let's avoid this guy, or this is going to be a bit that's cut as well. But yeah, it's going to be a case. Oh, look, he's turning. Why do you have to turn this way? Why don't you just feck off somewhere else? Yeah, just go. Just keep going that way. Don't come over this way. What are you doing? Go a different way. Go south. Go north. Just don't come this way. That's all you have to do, is just don't come this way. You are an absolute git. You're not an absolute git. Just go a different way. That's all I ask. Just go a different bloody way. Okay, so at this stage, this episode will have been cut. A lot will have been cut. Probably about half of the footage that I've recorded been cut out of this episode, just because there's been a lot of attempts and failures, so it will mean that some of the things that you hear me talking about will be a little bit disjointed, because you're going to be missing half of what I said. So some stuff mightn't make a whole lot of sense because, you know, it's a little bit out of context, so I apologize for that, but we need to get home. Simple as that. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I get home. Then when we get home, we can go back to the original format of, you know, set sail, record, and then once we get to the appropriate time, that'll be the end of the episode. But in this one, the end of the episode is getting to London. Okay, so straight away there's something to fuck off. Right, so journey into London. At this stage, there are, you know, this episode is going to be heavily edited, I think, because I want to keep it within the normal parameters lengthwise of an episode, and to do that, I'm going to have to cut out probably about half the material that I've recorded, which means that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I've talked about because we've been trying this for a long time, and it's going to seem a little disjointed to you because we'd be going from kind of attempts or successes or whatever and cutting out a lot of stuff in between. So I may have talked about a subject for, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, but you may only see 2 minutes of what I was talking about. So I apologize for that, but we really do need to get ourselves back to London. And we really need to avoid these gits, but they're gonna get me anyway, which means that you're not gonna see this anyway. So yeah, just shoot whenever you're ready, buddy. And I'll just get that reload ready, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Look, you missed. You missed once. Oh, there's another guy there. And then he didn't miss the second time. Yeah. Okay, so set sail, off we go. You can't full power to the engines, unfortunately. So I've mentioned this a few times, but the few times I mentioned it have already been cut, so I'll say it again. This episode is going to be heavily edited simply because we've been trying to get home to London for a very long time now, and I want to make sure we make it in this video rather than like dragging this out over 2 videos. And because of that, then I want to keep it to the kind of within the normal parameters lengthwise of one of these videos, which means that a lot of material is going to have to be cut out. And because of that, a lot of conversations or a lot of like things that I've talked about, subjects, will seem very disjointed because we, you know, we'll talk about a subject, and then you're only going to see maybe 1 minute of me, you know, 10 minutes of me spending on that particular subject. So it will kind of jump around a bit, but you know, there's not really much I can do about that because as I said, I want to get us home, and I don't want to spend the entire time that I have, like, you know, I don't, as I said, I don't want to be having like this be broken up over 2 or 3 videos. I just want to have this be the video of the long journey home, which is what this is proving to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change tack a little bit here and actually come into the canate, whereas before I've been trying to avoid it to the north, but that hasn't been too successful for me. So instead we're going to go this way. And then cut down here, and then this should help us to avoid any of the many conic vessels that are that have been in our way. And then once we get past the canate, we may call in Pigmo Isle. under the bridge and just hope that there's none of those Canuck guys hanging about in their ships, ready to kick our ass. Okay, rouse at midnight. Distribute an extra rum ration. Yeah, let's do that. We lost 5 player, and we lost 1 crew, and we lost 1 supply. Just the furthest that I've made before losing a crew, which is at least is a good sign. And if I get the pig moat, then I feel like we are going to make it home. Whereas for a long time that I've been recording this, I'm thinking, are we actually going to make it home, or do we have to just say, listen, we've had a good run with Lady Sakura, but it's time to kind of give up. But it looks like we're going to be okay if we get there. Now I might have just jinxed that, but hopefully not. Okay, and there goes another crew. So we now only have 2 crew who could potentially get us home. So we may end up then being in a situation where instead of losing our hull or running out of fuel or running out of supplies, we could just run out of crew. Okay, Azalea's praying. We don't want that, because every time Zayla's pray, they seem to then jump overboard. So nobody jump overboard. That's an order. Okay, so get in there. Okay, so what would this do? Lock with that. Okay. We don't want to steal the eye. Okay, let's try help with the dilemma. A dilemma. How will you advise Pigment Isle? An aide runs over. Hairless advisor, you return to us. Praise the tide. We need your wisdom once again. Okay. A guilty rodent stands, his head bowed. The aide pushes him forward. Hairless advisor, this traitor stole food from our stores to feed a sick child, he claims. Do we show mercy or make an example of the wretch? Let's advocate mercy. Forgiven and forgotten, the guilty rodent is released back to his family. All weeping with relief. Few claim justice has not been done, but it is not the last such theft, and with each one it becomes harder for the Cavians to tell where the line between clemency and weakness is drawn. So we lost 1 Pigmote civilization, gained 1 Pigmote spirit, and then we got 50 fragments. Okay, is there anything else? We could purchase some Scintillact, but we've seen before that it's not worth it buying it there, so let's just leave them and go. Let's please get home now, please. So we're gonna go, I guess, to Moon Isle, and then up that way. Yeah, it's got to be that way, hasn't it? Now there was something, yeah, Jellyflower there. We want to avoid one Jellyflower. Jellyflower, like the north, is where you want to be. You know it. You absolutely know going north is what you want to do. Why did you go north, you bloody idiot? And Jellyflowers don't miss, generally. Even if they have trouble seeing us in the fog, they generally don't miss us. They just go bang, and there we go, yeah. Okay, so this is then a load, autosave, go. Okay, go. Just gotta hope to avoid him. $97 terror, so we're going to lose at least one guy to terror before the end. Yeah, we have to. But what the hell can we do, eh? Just have to keep on trying. Keep on trucking, as they say. Oh, stupid jellyflower again. Go away, you git. Just leave us alone. That's all you have to do. Just leave us alone. We don't need any of your crap. Okay, let's try and outmove him. And it doesn't work. Of course it doesn't. Right, so let's try this again. We know that Jellyflower is going to turn up and probably kick our ass, but got to try and avoid him as best we can. So that means going south when everything, you know, all of my instincts are saying, you know, north and east, or north and west, should I say. North and west is where home is. So south and west is really not where we want to go. Hey ho. The air trembles, the breath will change places. Okay, so hopefully no jellyflowers pass. But if they pass, that would be okay. But if they come towards us, it won't be so okay. Now we're at 100 terror, which means losing guys is probably almost guaranteed now. And we've only got 2 of them. And there's Mr. Jellyflower. Watch him kind of tease us by saying, "Oh, look, I'm going away," and then he'll turn up and kick our ass. So that's just what everything seems to be doing on this particular voyage. A false star flares in the cavern roof directly above you, flares and fades. At least it didn't scare the 2 guys we have left. Here, the wilder airs mingle with the airs of the near reaches. The Mole's Gate, named for a navigator lost above, how did his bones come below? Okay, almost at the fungus commungus. Well, I'm going to get an extra supply there, which would be great, because that's going to help us get home. So let's head towards the light. The Phosgene bleaks. Yep. Things are looking very bleak for us too. On this very long journey home. Okay, but we're almost at the funding station. Desperate measures without fuel or ship is just an oddly shaped house located somewhere on the sea, I guess it says. Yeah, so we start converting we start conveying some of our supplies to fuel. But first I want to get in here and get ourselves docked. There we go. Okay. Continue the factor, so we will. We lost 2 terror. We gained 7 fragments and we gained 1 supply. Okay. And I'm going to save now. So manual save as Sakura. Okay. And then I'm going to try desperate measures. Okay, a matter of luck. Unlock with 1 supply. You were unlucky. Okay, well, sorry, but we're not going to be unlucky. I'm going to load that. We're going to do it once so that we get the fuel that we need, and then after that, we won't do it again. So, there we go. Okay. And then let's head on back here. We can't gather supplies because terror is way too bad. Oh, and I like that the regular music has come back, even if it was only for a couple of seconds. Because like this, the scary music, like I've had this, I'm looking at my timer here, so you're gonna see maybe a 25-minute-ish episode, I'd say. But I've been going for 1 hour and 10 minutes, and it's been that nerve jangling music almost the whole time. Okay, desperate measures. We still have fuel. I think I accidentally hit the stop, which wouldn't be the first time. Right, so now we have to head up towards Kratos Haven. Not actually to Kratos Haven though, because we don't want to get ourselves in trouble there. We'll probably go to the lightship though. So we do need to cross that line though, if we can. I know it's not an actual line, but in the game it's a line. That'll put us into slightly safer waters. So about here, okay, and then we can start going more in northerly fashion. Little shift throng the waters. Here the crew grows wistful. They swap old stories and of Sunless Sea. We draw near the Cumin Canal, their way to the surface. Okay, so now we need to do this. We're not going to make a sacrifice. We're just going to try this. Okay, there we go. So we got 1 fuel. We shall use that 1 fuel now. Going directly north is what we need to do. I'm just hoping that the crab seems to like to be on the west of this island here, Kratos Haven. So hopefully he decided that's where we want to be this time as well. Okay, so let's get around Mutton Island. Yeah, he's over on the west, which is good. Seems to be his favourite kind of hunting ground. Okay, and then we need to get around Rowena's Rock, get to the lightship, and once we're to the lightship, then getting home isn't going to be a problem. So finally, looks like we've actually made it home. So hello there, Rowena. Nice rock you got there. there is a smaller rock. I think it was directly in our path. Yeah, there is there. So we want to kind of go between the actual arena's rocks. Oh, it's arena's rocks. So we have to go between the main rock and then get ourselves to the lovely lightship, and then get ourselves home. And I'll be very, very happy when we're home. Okay, so dock here. Okay, lightship. Purchase some fuel. 20 echoes, definitely worth it. We should get yes, no, yes, no. Let's leave it and see if we can actually get home. So we can't speak to the crew because we've got no recent news to kind of tempt them. We would have got a Z story if we had. But now we just need to try and get to London, but it's not going to be too difficult, thankfully. We have the fuel. As long as we don't accidentally bump into anything, we are actually going to make it home. I am very happy about that. Obviously, we've had to use, we had to save and retry a good bit to actually make this happen. But still, I'm happy that we eventually made it happen. As I said, I'm not ready to say goodbye to Lady Sakura yet. And we're kind of at a position now where we're just on the cusp of being able to make life a lot easier for ourselves. So because of that, I really do not want to be losing her now. So instead, we're gonna pop ourselves here into London. Okay, and as soon as we dock, then we'll end the episode, and the next episode we should concentrate on getting ourselves fixed and planning what to do in the future. Okay, so as I said, that's the end of the episode. It was, for me, it was a long journey home. For you, it was probably a bit of a disjointed journey home, but all in all, we did get home, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right, and check out some other videos here on the left.